for this evening. Niraj recently joined our club, and this is his first speech called The Icebreaker, and the name of Niraj's speech is Lessons Learned. So please join me in welcoming Niraj.
Madam Toastmaster, fellow members, distinguished guests. I spent a lot of time trying to figure out what to write for this speech. I wanted to make it interesting, and I wanted to tell you that I've had some great struggle, that I had to trek 3 miles in the snow to get to school, and that as children, my sister and I have to save up so we could buy chewing gum, so we could patch the tires on our neighbor's bike, so that once in a while, they would let us ride them. But I'd be lying. I had a pretty cush life. My dad's a physician. We grew up less than a mile from here. And I did have to walk back from school, but you could see the school from my backyard, so it wasn't that bad. Because I don't have an epic story to tell, like some of our other members, I'm instead going to offer a few lessons that I've learned and the stories that have ingrained these lessons into my head. Lesson number 1, trust no one. Sounds kind of harsh. And the truth is, most people are trustworthy, but unfortunately, most of us included, myself included, can't tell from a few interactions who we can and cannot trust. I learned this the hard way, but unfortunately, rather fortunately, the consequences, when I learned it, weren't too severe. Where I grew up, I lived in a world where bad things didn't really happen to good people, where if you did your job, that was enough. During my first semester in college, I quickly learned that wasn't the case. I was taking my first class in computer programming, my major, and I gave an assignment to a classmate to hand in. He in turn gave it to someone else who copied it. A week later, we brought it into the professor's office. I could have shifted the blame completely to him and been free and clear of all guilt and of any responsibility. But the student would have been expelled and it wouldn't have gone over too well among the other students. So I took the blame. But I also learned an important lesson. Trust no one, at least until they've earned your trust. Number 2, focus on one problem at a time. I didn't learn this lesson until I was a medical student. I had all kinds of different hobbies, and because I wasn't focused on any one thing, I never got better at any of them. My schoolwork also suffered because I felt the pull of these different interests on my time. I never realized how to focus in on the things that were really important. Towards the end of my second year, a time when studying becomes very, very important, I realized that the way to get better at things was to focus on one task at a time and really make it count. I focused on school for those last 4 months of my second year and went from getting C's in my med school classes to getting a 91 on my national board exam. Finally, be prepared. I'm probably one of the laziest people I've ever met, but after 2.5 decades of being really lazy, I've realized that there really is something to the old Boy Scout adage, be prepared. I can give you countless examples of where not being prepared has hurt me, but instead I'll give you one where being prepared has helped me. Last night, I was on call in the intensive care unit over at Long Island Jewish Medical Center down the street. And I decided I was going to get my work done as it came in, and not let it pile up as I usually do. It was a little hectic at first, and it took a lot of willpower on my part. But because I got my work done as it came in, I was able to get some rest, and was more organized, and gave better presentations in the morning. I don't think this specific situation applies to many people, not even myself, but I think the principle carries over to everyone. I hope my speech has given you some insight in my life, and I hope that you've learned something. Thank you.
Thank you, that was a very good speech. Toastmaster or Toastmaster, oh, excuse me, can I do our evaluation?